Hello there and welcome to lesson 3 in the series to learn programming in Scratch. In this lesson you're going to learn how to create a sprite and use blocks in Scratch to make it turn. Near NOUPOORT in the Northern Cape, there's a large farm with 35 wind turbines, each 99 meters high. When the wind turns the turbines, electricity is generated. The turbines were erected here because the wind often blows strong in this area. The site is also close to national roads that made it easy to deliver the building materials for the project. When these turbines are working at full capacity, the farm generates enough clean, renewable energy to provide power to 69,000 South African homes. Eskom usually uses coal and diesel to generate power. To generate the same amount of electricity as the NOUPOORT wind farm, using fossil fuel will cause 300,000 tons of carbon pollution each year. The generation of power with wind turbines also does not use as much water as the coal process, and many jobs were created in the NOUPOORT area by this project. Now answer the questions on this topic in your workbook. The effect of animation can be achieved by a rapid succession of sequential images that minimally differ from each other. In Scratch, many sprites have more than one costume, making this animation effect possible. For example, the cat has 2 costumes. You can see the costumes by clicking on the tab above the code blocks. The purple Next Costume block from the Looks group displays one costume after the other. And once the last costume was shown, it starts again at the first costume. So if there are 2 costumes, then you will see costume 1, then costume 2, then costume 1 again, etc. In the code of the cat, link the next costume block to the green flag block. Now every time you click on the green flag, the cat's picture changes. Instead of clicking on the green flag repeatedly, you can use the orange forever block. You will find it under the control blocks. This orange block looks like a C and repeats the instructions of all the blocks within the C over and over again until you stop the program. Programmers call such a repetition a loop. Let's try it. In the code for the cat, link the forever block to the green flag block and then drag the next costume block into it. When you click on the green flag, the cat's 2 costumes will alternate repeatedly. It is usually necessary to slow down the process slightly. The wait block under the orange control group can pause for a number of seconds to slow the loop down. This yellow wait block makes the program wait for as many seconds as you type in the placeholder. For example, in the code for the cat, link the forever block to the green flag block and drag the next costume block into the loop. Now drag the wait 1 second block into the loop as well. When you click on the green flag, the cat's 2 costumes alternate slowly now. For today's challenge, create an animation program in Scratch with an appropriate background. Save the program as Wind Farm. Draw your own wind turbine sprite with 3 costumes with the wings in 3 different positions. Make another 2 wind turbines that seem to be further away from you and place them in position. Write code to turn all 3 wind turbines together when you click on the green flag. Here's an example of what your program might look like. Use the design cycle again to tackle this challenge. Write down any questions you have about this exercise. For example, what is the shape of the wings of a turbine? How many wings does a wind turbine have? Do all the wings look the same? Can I make one wind turbine and then copy it? How do you make objects seem further away from you? Discuss these questions with your friends and ask the teacher or use the internet to find answers. You must draw your own sprite for the wind turbine. Select Paint on the New Sprite menu and set the fill on white. Draw one wing with a circle and then select, cut and paste this wing. Rotate the second wing and place it in position. Copy and paste the second wing again and mirror it horizontally. Move the wings to touch each other at one point. Now select all 3 wings and group them together. Draw the pylon with a white rectangle and right-click on the costume and copy the entire costume twice. In costume 2, select the 3 wings and turn all of them together about 40 degrees. And in costume 3, select the wings and turn all 3 wings together about 80 degrees. Once you've drawn one wind turbine and finished the code for it, you can copy the entire sprite with code and all. This will definitely save time. Right-click on the sprite to do it. Copy the sprite twice and rename it. Brainstorm different ideas. For instance, consider different backdrops. You could use the canyon or the hill background. And it's also possible to import a photo of the Northern Cape. First, download the picture to your computer and then select the import option at the backdrops. Make the picture bigger if necessary. Draw the design for the background and the position of the sprites and label these sprites in your workbook. The algorithm for this program will be, when the green flag is clicked, repeat forever, change the costume, wait 0.5 seconds. Now write your program and use this rubric to check that your program meets the criteria. Now let's put on our thinking hats again to reflect on this lesson. Put on the white hat and think about facts you learn about South Africa or in Scratch. Then put on the red hat to write down how you feel or any emotions you experienced in this lesson. Then put on the yellow hat to write down a positive remark. And the green hat to write down a creative idea. Then put on the blue hat to write down how well you planned and managed your time. And lastly, put on the black hat to write down any negative comments or criticism. In the next lesson, your program will make fishes swim in the ocean and plastic pollution disappear when you click on it. Until then, goodbye.